How are
Hello.
you?
Hey.
So this is my best friend, Very Sweet Leek.
Hello.
She's my co-host.
Hi.
I'm a little different today. I've been sipping mimosas all day. It's been a
Ooh.
celebration.
So the last time I saw you young ladies, it was a little different circumstance. I was in a studio, different co-hosts. So now we're here. It's COVID.
Right.
Go figure. And you guys got so many things going on, and I can't wait to get into it. But first, I want to start with trending topics. That's what I start my show off with. And I mean, yesterday, it just seemed like
Yes.
the heavens just opened up.
I screamed, I clapped, oh my gosh.
It was
Yes.
I think the A-Town stomp.
Thank you. Like, isn't it amazing? I think the world is just sick and tired of being sick and
Sick and
tired.
freaking tired.
I agree 1000%. I agree. I go online and I'm like seeing these Trumpsters like, oh, Biden's not president yet. He hasn't been elected. And I'm just like, oh my God.
It's
Can
over.
we please? Thank you.
It's over.
Thank you.
And it's a wonderful thing.
White flag.
Yes, it is.
Because it's over.
And it's crazy.
I've spoken,
Yeah. And then the fact that we have our first female vice president of color.
Of color. Amen.
That, I mean, I got so emotional, but I said, let me keep it together.
I mean, when she spoke last night, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I was there for her. I'm sorry, but I was
still there for her. We still there.
Yes. I'm just like, oh my gosh. I don't know. I felt everything when she walked out on the stage and that white freaking suit looking amazing.
Yeah.
She was giving it to us.
Yes.
We are the underserved, and people do not understand why it's important for us to see people like us on the big screen. People don't get it. And when you're not amongst the underserved, you will never get it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We are so, we've talked about it, and other people have talked about it. I've seen it all over social media how Black women are not respected in any community. And it's so unfortunate. It's unfortunate for that to be the case, if that is the case. And it's unfortunate that people feel like that's the case, because we've accomplished so much, as far as business owners, entrepreneurs, even being a mom, being a good wife, being a good support system, and it's just really, really unfortunate. But Kamala, let me tell you,
Yes,
you changed the game for everybody.
Everybody.
That's dope.
What you felt like you could not achieve, because I don't know if y'all saw CNN when Van Jones he lost it.
When he started crying,
lost it, lost it. And I'm just like, I understand how he feels, because I feel that same way. I feel like now there's nothing you can't tell me I can't do. And there's nothing that we can't tell our children or grandkids that they can't do, because we know it's possible.
And we've done it.
Exactly. That's the difference.
Matters.
Exactly.
And I didn't feel like I could breathe yesterday, like even us wanting to be moms, it's like, just to think that if that president were to stay in office, like I would not be comfortable, like whatsoever. Like nobody understands. Like I would not be comfortable bringing a child into this world. Like, and that's wrong, because we have every right to be moms as well. But I would be like so fearful on multiple levels. Like I could just breathe yesterday.
Yeah.
And it's been a long time for us. It feels like for me that I've been holding my breath for a long time. And it's like, because you never know what's going to happen, what's going to spark this, what's going to spark that. And just seeing her up there, us as Black women, we support everybody. But when it comes down to support on our end, sometimes I feel like it's just not there. Everybody wants us to be at all their rallies and all this and all that. But when it comes down to us, it's like, where are you at? Like, we need people to stand there. And now seeing someone like us, you know, it's like a sigh of relief. It's like, you know what? Change is coming and it needs to keep on and continue, you know?
Thank goodness.
It was a lot of monumental things that happened during the election. It was a lot of firsts, a lot of stuff going on.
Did anyone think, you know, we figured we had Obama, we made it to see a person of color in the White House in our lifetime. Did anybody ever imagine the first female vice president? You know what I'm saying? And of color. I mean, come on now. I thought it was never going to happen.
I'm not even gonna say never. It was black and white.
It was about the timing. You know, I'm not gonna lie. I was really disappointed when Hillary didn't get elected. You know.
Yes.
But that was a step forward in the right direction, and you know, just her presenting her candidacy opened up a way for, you know, Kamala to you know, it's all progressive, you know, and at that time, I guess they weren't ready for something so just something so abrupt and change from a black president to a female president. Maybe that was just too much for society to ingest back to back like that, you know. However, I mean, I'm not big on talking about politics, but you know, one thing that I found very disturbing about this past president was, you know, such the cult following that he had. Like, never seen a president with such a cult following as this. I mean, you know, like the Bushes, people kind of like them, but how it's just how they were galvanized to support this man in this way is just unbelievable. And
with all that
gives me
hatred.
chills to think about. Yes, it gives me chills to think about like this form of hatred that people rallied around. And that's not what being American is all about. It's just not, you know.
Exactly. And it's strange, it's crazy that you say that, because at the end of the day, yes, there were a lot of firsts on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Right.
But at the same time, let's not forget the fact that he had 70 million voters.
That's right.
Hello.
That is sick.
Like-minded folks.
Thank you. You know, it's one thing to have your beliefs and you're you know, you're loyalist to your party. It's another thing when you're saying that you want this person to represent you and to represent the entire country. And that's not who we are as a people. And I know, Lika, you had mentioned before when in 2016 about the world not being ready, or the country not being ready for a black president, and then a female candidate coming right behind.
It was too much. You know, and that was the thing. They would hire an actor, a phony, you know what I'm saying, a failed businessman. They would actually elect someone like that than a female. It was too much for them to swallow, and that was unfortunate.
But you know what, we needed to see.
I'm gonna keep it PG. Let me keep it PG.
Exactly. But we needed to see it. We needed for it to happen so that we know, you know, what we needed to do, because black people came out and voted. Let me tell you something about Philly and Atlanta.
Yes.
I'm so proud of Philly and Atlanta.
Did we?
Exactly.
We were in Atlanta to vote, and
I was happy to know that our votes counted to help at Georgia, you know, make the change that it made in the election. So, you know, once again, it's all about timing, and everything happens for a reason, you know, because I tried to vote here in New York before we went to Atlanta, and the timing wasn't right. It wasn't meant for me to cast my vote out here in New York. But at the same time, not giving this man too much credit, but at the same time, Obama did galvanize black people to vote. That he did. Right. However, I have to, like I said, not trying to give him too much credit, but Trump also got Black people more politically inclined and more politically astute as a result of him being in office. Whereas before, you know, I voted for Obama and that was it. They thought they were
And
good.
that was it.
But then
Dropped
when
it
this
off.
guy gets in office, now all of a sudden they're really, they're watching the news, they're reading articles, they're really studying this stuff. And for that, you know, I can't, you know, like, you know, I'm on the fence, but not on the fence in that respect, but, you know, I'm good for giving credit where credit is due, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, I've always been a Celebrity Apprentice fan, you know. But yeah, like I said, it's bananas, y'all. I don't even know. Can we just? He needs to trademark that color. That's all I gotta say. Like,
I agree. I agree.
Call that. You can't even call that Cheeto, man. Like, nah, you gotta
tangerine.
He needs something.
You know?
And I told my mom, and she didn't agree, but you know, that's just my opinion. I said we needed Trump to be in office. We needed someone like him so that it's exposure to me. I said he didn't make people feel something different. These people felt that way anyway. We didn't know that.
He emboldened them. He emboldened them
to
bring that racism out of them. Like, it was already there. It's always
there. You've been there.
The thing about being from the South, moving to New York, is that being from the South and moving to the North, I have never felt racism as much as I have in New York. It's the total opposite of what people would think, you know. But the minute we got here to New York, racism, like, I've never been stopped by the cops so much since I've lived in New York, being touched by cops, like just talked to any kind of way by cops. It's just, wow. It's bad. It's
and that's true. And people don't get that. Like, my family's from the South. Most of my family lives in Florida. Like, and it's real.
That's tough down there.
And it is, like, you know, I come from a small town, a beach town, and you either military and the people that live there are not from there. They are transplants from all over who, you know, in Florida, you know, it's cheaper to live down there. And these are rich people. So, and then the Black people make up a small percentage, but the poorest. And it's just a whole show down there, you know. And being from there, my family is from all over Florida, so I understand it's a whole show, and that it represents what you see on that red. Oh, that's just what it really is. It's wild.
We've had some encounters down in Florida too. Like, we don't mess with Florida either.
Yeah, whole show.
Yeah,
which I was proud. Pensacola Beach is on the map. And Pensacola Beach is on the map for a couple of things, okay? But that's the only thing. And I love the fact that when they have the little march on up in there, I said, oh, I came down Memorial Day. I said, oh, look at Pensacola.
Making changes.
Tag you in, okay?
No, you know, change is good. Change is good.
And I want to touch upon something that you said, Hilary, real quick. The Black vote and switching the Black vote from Democrat to Republican.
They went from red to blue to...
What are we doing wrong? What are we not saying? What are we not communicating to the Black and brown community? What can we do better that we're not currently doing to let them know that, you know, I can't even say support one candidate versus another, because you could support somebody that you think is in your best interest, and they may not be in your best interest. So you may be looking for that change. But what do you ladies think that we can do differently, or the Democratic Party can do differently? That's a tough one.
You know, once again, like, kind of on the fence with this one, because I'm more or less on the independent side. However, I have gained a lot more respect for the Democratic Party and how they really, you know, like I said, just came together to really turn out. It's just important to, like, just be grassroots oriented first and foremost, and, you know, be involved in your community, because, you know, that connection among humans is something that's undeniable. And just making that connection, making people, just want to make that change on a
Right.
regular, not just every 4 years.